Tonight we're going to talk a lot about education and introduce you to a couple of education superstars here in the region. And Gordy Rush is here. I wonder what he wants to talk about. Roll it, Kyle. You know, I'm pretty excited about tonight's show, and it's not just the fact that Gordy's going to be here later on. It's actually to talk about something that is so important to the future of our region, and that is the education of our children. Joining us in segment number one here in Studio A is Preston Castille, who is a member of the Board of Elementary and Secondary Education here in Louisiana, but is also the Chief Executive Officer of Helix Community Schools. Now, Helix has a portfolio of 3 schools: legal, aviation, and artificial intelligence. Fascinating stuff. So I want to start right there. Prez, good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, Clay.
Let's start at the beginning about Helix. You and I were chatting before we started. How did this all begin?
Well, you know, our mothership, as we call it, is Helix Mentorship STEAM Academy. It's a high school. It's located in downtown Baton Rouge. And that school has just done a wonderful job being a part of the fabric of the downtown community. It's a STEAM academy, and so we focus on science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. That school really has done a fantastic job. It is the top performing open enrollment high school in East Baton Rouge, and we're very proud of its academic success. But it also has reached out into the community in so many different ways.
Okay.
Started 12 years ago. It has now led into the opportunity to create a legal academy, which is a middle school located downtown Baton Rouge, as well as the aviation academy, which is extremely popular and very innovative, and obviously lots of folks like talking about it.
Well, I'm going to start right there. It's on the periphery of the Southern University there in North Baton Rouge, and I've gotten a chance to go there and see the kids in the classroom and the things that they learn. It's a beautiful campus, but why aviation? Was it just because of proximity to the airport, or was it something that you intentionally wanted to do?
Yeah, it was very intentional. So as I mentioned about the high school, with mentorship has the only Air Force Junior ROTC program in this area. We have about 130 cadets or so. That has been a fantastic program for kids. Great for inspiring kids to be successful, to be disciplined. And we looked at, one, that relationship with the Air Force, but also we had a partnership with a big economic driver in North Baton Rouge, that being Southern University.
Yeah.
So as you know, Clay, I'm a lawyer, a law professor, been teaching at the law school for many years, hence the creation of our legal academy that supports what we're doing with the law school. But when we looked for how we might expand our footprint in an area where kids need us the most, we look again to North Baton Rouge. We've got Southern University, but we also have the airport. When we married up our desire to be in North Baton Rouge, our Air Force Junior ROTC program, it was an easy decision to decide to go into aviation. One, because we've got that great opportunity in terms of the airport, but at the time when we came up with the idea of aviation, we talked about, this was 5 years ago, that there would be a shortage of pilots, and aviation professionals. And when we said that 5 years ago, and we said, here's the data, and we will find ourselves in a few years with a huge shortage of pilots, no one really knew that we were going to have COVID and the problem that we're having now and experiencing. And it's absolutely clear that this school, as a K-12 school, helping kids, will create a great opportunity for children to get into the aviation profession.
Look, I love it, and I love the idea that you're building potential pilots for the future right there on really contiguous to the airport there. The model of a charter school is so fascinating, and over the years, people have come to really understand that these are public schools. In the beginning, it seemed like people thought that charters were a break from public. No, they're public schools.
That's right.
You just have a wider latitude to nuance the way that you deliver the information to the kids, and this has proven to be successful with a number of schools, not just here but around the country. Why is that so effective for you? I mean, you sit on the Bessie board too. Why is it so effective to not put educators in a box, to let them find innovative ways to teach kids?
Yeah, I'll use aviation as a great example. So our aviation academy is located on the airport. how many schools are located in an airport in Louisiana?
Right.
We've got a 10,000 square foot hangar. We literally have aircraft, airplanes, helicopters, jets that taxi into the back door of our school.
Right.
You know, you might have a car, you might have a pickup truck
Right.
that might taxi up to a school, but
Not
to
an
have
airplane.
an airplane, not a jet.
Right.
And we literally can fit multiple airplanes.
Yeah.
We have taken kids in both middle school and high school on discovery flights, and they've flown with all sorts of volunteer pilots from all over Louisiana. Where in America, a few places, can you find, but certainly not in Louisiana, an opportunity for kids to have that sort of experience?
I love that. We'll come back and talk with Preston a little bit more about that portfolio. And I'm going to introduce you to the principal at Lanier Elementary, who's got a fascinating way of making certain that students and parents are advancing. And then in the final segment, Gordy Rush is here. Looking forward to that. We'll see if he sticks around. Back in 2 minutes. Stay right there. So we've talked about a lot of the successful things happening at Helix, aviation, legal, artificial intelligence. Before I get to the overall state of education here, because you're also elected to the Board of Elementary and Secondary Education, let's talk about the AI campus that is going to be in the Opelousas area, right?
That's right, that's right.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Sure. So the St. Landry Parish School Board, who I have just incredible respect for, voted 13-0 unanimously to approve the creation of 2 new schools in the city of Opelousas: Helix Artificial Intelligence and Medical Academy and Helix Agriculture and Energy Academy.
Wow.
The AI and Medical Academy is scheduled to open fall 2024. We hope to break ground this summer and have the new school constructed to begin August 2024. We'll open the second school, which will also be a K-12 school. It'll start off as a K-8 initially, and that's Helix Agriculture and Energy Academy. And you can imagine why the two particular areas.
Sure.
AI and medical, big in that particular area.
That's right.
Ag and energy, likewise, huge for that particular area of the state. And we think that it will do fantastic things for the students in the city of Opelousas. And we're extremely proud of the partnership that we have with the St. Landry Parish School System.
Did you ever receive any pushback in the creation of this?
You know, Clay, I will tell you that it was remarkable to me that we did not. In fact, the community reached out to us. It's been extraordinarily positive. We've gotten support from the business community, from the philanthropic community, from the church-based community. The outpouring of support has been wonderful. And I think that the community, which by the way is my hometown.
Yeah,
I grew up in Opelousas, I grew up in St. Landry Parish, and to have that relationship to go back and support the students who need the most help in partnership with the local school board and school system has been a wonderful experience, and that's what it's all about. It's the entire community coming together to wrap its arms around children and families to support them in an incredible way, but also bringing together business, industry, the church-based community. It is a phenomenal relationship.
Man, I can't say enough how much I love what you're doing there. As I mentioned, Preston is a representative on the Bessie board, as we call it here, District 8. Let's talk a little bit about the state of education in Louisiana as we move into the second half, if you will, of this school year.
Yeah, things are, I think, going well. When we look at what we've been through over the last several years, it's been challenging. With COVID coming out, our school system have all reacted in different ways.
Sure.
But we've gotten some success. I'm so proud of our teachers who do just incredibly hard work to support children in difficult circumstances. And many of us would say that that's too hard to do. But the teachers that we have love our children. They know that it's a calling, and they continue to step up every year, and deliver a good quality education to our children.
I'm going to have Nicole Jones in the next segment. She's the principal at Lanier Elementary, and she and I are going to talk about something that I'll ask you about in this last minute or so. Teachers have to wear multiple hats now. It's not like it was a quarter century ago. It's very different because the kids are in different circumstances. As both an executive with schools and then a member of the education legislative body, talk about that a little bit, all the hats teachers have to wear and how much more difficult the job is.
Yeah, teachers have a special place in heaven.
No doubt.
Because the things that they do, that their mother, their father, their caregiver, their psychologist, they love their children. and children find comfort in their teachers. And for that, I applaud anyone who chooses to go into this most admirable profession.
No doubt.
So it is noble. It is one that I can encourage young people to go into, because you can do nothing more than give the joy of education to a child, and that's what teachers do.
Anytime and every time you want to come here to talk about what you're doing and get the word out, you always have time.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Clay.
Nicole Jones will be on set next to talk about what's happening at Lanier Elementary. Teachers have a special place in heaven, I agree. Guess where Gordy has a special place? He's in the last segment. We'll talk to him then.